Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions to share. The Action Democratic Party has appealed to the federal government and the Independent National Electoral Commission to critically monitor the conduct of elections at the local government level. Addressing a news conference in Abuja, the national chairman of the party, Mr. Yabagi Sonny, says the recent victory by the All Progressives Congress in Kwara State, where the party won all the 16 local government chairmanship seats, is an indication that democracy is not being allowed to thrive at this level of governance. Mr. Sani is particularly appealing to state governors to allow INEC do its work to reduce the number of electoral suits.
We are calling on all well-meaning Nigerians, like I said, to come to the rescue of democracy. And we are saying that we are at ADP, we are going to ensure that vote counts. We will take every legal steps to ensure that our stolen mandate is returned to us. We want to use this opportunity to appeal to the state governors who are supposed to be the custodian of our democracy, who themselves came to be as a result of what can be described as a fair and free elections, because those elections were conducted by the INEC, that is National INEC, to please allow democracy to take root.
In the meantime, the Kwara State government is scoring major points in the creative industry of the state as it commissions a vocational, technical and entrepreneurship college in Ajasheikpo area of the state. The college was commissioned by the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. He has in turn called for more states in the country to establish such schools.
In 2012, the foundation was laid for the construction of a vocational college in Kwara State by the Governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed. 5 years down the line, the institution is now being inaugurated by the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. The Vice President believes the advent of this school would right the wrongs of the past, particularly in the employment of artisans and training of Nigerians in vocational studies.
Our young people are talented, they are ready to learn, and they are prepared to be entrepreneurial. When you come across a Nigerian young person, it's very evident, it's different from everybody else. He's driven, he's entrepreneurial, he's dynamic, and he wants to achieve things. And I think that we have to tap. I think it's so important to tap this particular attribute of the Nigerian, especially the Nigerian youth. And this project is one that will do so excellently and will bring about some of the greatest changes that we'll see in our nation.
Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed explains that adequate funding remains the only entrance to the sustenance of the project for it to meet international standards.
On our part, we have invested approximately 3.2 billion on campus construction, furniture fittings, partnerships, basic training equipments, and tools here at Ivy Tech. An additional 13 billion is however required to cover Ivy Tech's expansion plans in the next 5 years. We therefore seek the partnerships from local, national, and international bodies so that we can upscale Ivy Tech to the level envisaged at its establishment.
The vocational college is expected to serve as a template for other states in Nigeria for the training of artisans in special vocational skills to improve the quality and pedigree of the skilled labor in Nigeria.
To Rivers State now, Governor Nyesom Wike says that the passage of the Petroleum Industry Bill by the National Assembly will help resolve some of the challenges in the Niger Delta region. He told the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on the PIB that the bill has been caught in a web of controversy, which he believes should be resolved. The chairman of the Ad Hoc Committee, Al-Hassan Dogowa, informed the governor that his members were in Port Harcourt for a retreat on the bill to resolve the challenges that have hindered its passage.
In our attempt to avoid some of these challenges and problems faced by the earlier set committees, we have come up with two unprecedented strategies. These strategies are our working strategy. First of all, we have initiated a situation whereby we will be leveraging and synergizing with our Senate counterpart in the spirit of a bicameral legislature. We have started this right from inception to be able to operate on the same page, to synergize with them so as to avoid some of these contentious problems that may arise at the point of harmonizing our passage of the bill.
If there's one bill that is so controversial, is the petroleum industry bill. It's a bill that has attracted attention. Why? Because it has to do with host communities, particularly in the Niger Delta area. Everybody has cried about this bill. Why is it being delayed? Are you sure it is not intentional? And I used to tell people that, look, a bill of this nature is not something that can be rushed. If you rush it and you don't get it well, then you cause more crisis. So it is better to take your time and then look at it very well. And once it is passed, that will be able to solve some of the problems we have in the oil and gas industry. So I believe that with the kind of chairman you are going to have a very good section.
Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike. The federal government has denied giving out contracts on pipeline surveillance to any contractor. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Ibe Kachiku, cleared the air on the issue in Asaba while trying to create awareness on some key government policies as it affects the Niger Delta region. In attendance were delegates from oil communities, indigenous and international oil companies and other government representatives.
It's a gathering of key players in Nigeria's oil and gas sector, and they are meeting with representatives of some oil-bearing communities in the Niger Delta region. This is not the first time the federal government will be engaging oil communities, especially in the wake of threats by the Niger Delta Avengers. But the Petroleum Minister, Dr. Ibe Kachiku, is quick to explain that the stakeholders' engagement has nothing to do with threats from the group, but on the stories making the rounds that pipeline surveillance contracts have been given out to host communities by the federal government.
Now you can see this time. In terms of, I hear all kinds of stories in terms of pipeline protection and all manners of training going on. The Federal Ministry of Petroleum Resources has not given out any pipeline protection contracts. Whoever is organizing something, I don't know where that is coming from. And I've asked General Borough, who incidentally is not here, but I think his representative is here, and he says to me that he also hasn't given out that. So, because we hear stories of people who certainly disabled people to train 250,000, 5,000 people. I don't know where that is coming from.
His comments also triggered reactions from traditional rulers, community leaders and representatives of different oil companies.
Gas flaring is very, very serious. There's a principle of law which says you cannot benefit from your criminal act. If you know, the government knows that that thing is destructive to its own populace and refuses to stop it, and then benefit from it, is criminal.
While commending the federal government for directly engaging stakeholders in the oil industry, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State maintains that the passage of the PIB will address most of the issues affecting the oil industry. He confirms the release of 100 million naira to consolidate on the 1 billion naira credited to the account of the Maritime University Okerinkoko by the Delta State government.
Where do we stand with the petroleum industry deal? Because our people are quite, we hear a part of it has been passed at the Senate. That part is not as unimportant, but there are some things that our people want to hear about. When it goes to progressing into, I don't know whether you're divesting yet, but the issue as it concerns the relationship between the communities and the oil companies in terms of the host community funds.
A technical committee drawn up from representatives is expected to come up with a memorandum of understanding within 30 days to ensure that agreements reached here are implemented, while the companies have applied to build modular refineries in Delta State.
Still ahead on the program, the EFCC says there's no going back on plans to arrest the heads of the former heads of the NIA and the State Security Service. Stay with us.